Dylan Paul here with the Beachside Breakdown alongside Beach Boys owner and GM Willie Vizoso. Willie, talk to me about sort of the process of how you founded this Beach Boys team just 3 years ago.
Yeah, man, so we're going into year three. 3 years ago, we got presented with the opportunity to buy one of the teams in the league, and we said we weren't going to do it to just have a boring experience and boring brand, so rebranded the whole thing to Boca Beach Boys, and it exploded and grew quick. Went into one of my really good friends, Omar. He's also one of the owners of the team with me. And it's just ever since that day that we decided to make this rebrand happen, we had a really strong game plan, and it just took off from there, man. Everybody bought in completely, and it's kind of taken a lot of people by storm. It's been a fun experience. Kind of gave me a rejuvenation on the game of baseball, and we haven't looked back ever since, man. It's been an absolute blast.
And your branding and content creation in order to build this brand up with sort of the South Florida beachy feel, how have you been able to sort of grow this brand over the last 3 years into what it is today?
Yeah, man, so we kind of looked at it and we said what kind of fits South Florida the best, and we put it out for vote, actually, and Boca Beach Boys is what everybody kept wanting. Luckily enough, I have a very good friend of mine that he does logos for a bunch of different teams and stuff, and he came up with the little surfer logo and the whole brand imaging package of it all, and we thought, man, the Miami Vice colors, it's South Florida as it comes, and just being smart about what type of content we put out, stuff that's going to grasp all audiences. I think that was key for us. It wasn't just, hey, we're going to attract one specific audience. This is a brand that everybody can kind of wrap their heads around, a bunch of different age groups, and we're just trying to get the word out there as much as possible, right? Like, thinking small is not going to get you anywhere, so we're under the mindset of we got to think big, and no idea is a dumb idea, and honestly, so far it's worked. We've had a lot of good people along the way. You know, the Big Justice and AJ thing has helped us a lot. We've had a few other different branding things that have worked with us too a little bit, and that's helped the brand. But at the end of the day, this is all about the boys. The boys have bought in. They understand what we're trying to do. It's funny because a lot of them walk in day one and it's kind of like, what is this? And then they kind of see the vibe. They see the coaching staff. They see everything that's happening here. And you notice that by year end, they buy in completely, and it's not an accident that we're making a playoff push. You know, the first 2 years, I don't expect any different this year.
And you guys have been very successful in your first 2 seasons as a team, fell just short in the championship game last year. Yeah. Talk to me about sort of the feel of this team going into the season with just 2 days of practice in so far, and the confidence that you have in this team.
You know, we built this team this year, and we were very specific on how we put it together. Last year, we kind of, when we fell short, we kind of ran out of pitching at the end. So we made sure that was not going to be the case this year. On paper, when you look at the group, aesthetically, it's not a pop off the charts type of roster. But after watching them the last 2 days kind of work, man, it's been kind of a work of art, to say at least a little. They've gelled really, really quickly. I think we took a deep IO yesterday. I think maybe one guy booted a ball, if that, and it was, everybody was kind of in sync, which is rare when it's guys that don't know each other like that. We have that unique situation where it's guys from all over the country, first time they've ever met, and it kind of feels like, being here today at the beach, these guys have known each other for a while. So really, really excited. I want to stay humble about things, but I'm really, really excited for what's to come. Let the boys do the talking on the field, and in the next few weeks, and you'll kind of see the product of what's been put together here.
And you've had the same head coach for now all 3 seasons as a team. Talk to me about the process of hiring Coach Trastoy and the confidence that you have in him going into year 3.
Yeah, so Gabe, that was a no-brainer. When we put the team together, we figured, who's going to lead this organization, and me and Omar kind of sat down, and a bunch of names started coming up and stuff, and I said to Omar, I said, I got the guy that's going to do this the right way. It's the perfect situation of player coach. He played for me in high school. I ran a travel ball organization for a bunch of years, and he was with me, and he blindly trusted everything I brought his way when he was a player. And he always had that pedigree a little bit higher than everybody else in the sense of maturity and leadership. Was a little bit hard-nosed and stubborn at times, but I knew that at a young age, that's something you don't necessarily see. And probably one of the younger coaches in our league's history, but I knew right away that he was going to be the guy to do it. And so far, the first 2 years, it's been clockwork. I took notice real quick, the player coach, being a player's coach type mentality, that kicked in right away, and the guys kind of know, without him having to say it, when we're between those lines, it's turn that switch on of, let's get it right, and let's get the job done. And then when we get off the field, you know, it's not a you're my friend. It's more of a I'm here to mentor you. I'm here to be open arms for you. He gets what we're trying to do. He's going to be really successful as a coach coming out of this league, wherever it may be, whatever he does in life. But it's been an absolute pleasure having him. I don't think I would trust many more people to do what he's been doing with this group.
And you guys, over the course of the year, recruit players from all across the country to come down here to South Florida for this summer season. Talk to me about the process of building out this roster and what you guys were able to put together this year.
Yeah, so me and Omar have been putting it together, and we were very, very careful on who we brought in. We wanted to bring in guys that, number one, understood the process of what we were trying to do as a brand. Number two, guys that we knew we could help in the sense of finding a new school, in the sense of getting the best out of themselves this summer, and not just coming in to play a bunch of baseball and check out. You know, it was guys that are going to come in here and leave better than they came in. You know, that's the objective. We have no purpose if we're sending guys back to a college worse than they came in, right? So that's objective number one. And like I reference back to Gabe and the rest of the coaching staff we have put together this summer, I know they're going to get the best out of those guys. But we were very, very careful in making sure that each piece fit. We turned away some guys that were really, really talented. They just didn't make sense for what we were doing and the nucleus of what we had. So want guys that are team first, guys that are going to check the attitude at the door, which we have none of that so far. And I don't envision that being any case. But guys that understand the concept of, hey, you know what, in the next 2 months, we're going to come together. We're going to put up some good stats. We're going to help your cause be better. And hopefully we're going to raise a trophy at the end of the summer. That's the goal.
And obviously, the SFCBL is a very player development-oriented league, being a summer ball league. Yeah. But how do you sort of separate, winning, of course, being important, how do you separate allowing your guys to grow as individual players while also contributing to a winning team at the same time?
Well, I mean, I think the winning kind of happens on its own. That when the pieces of the puzzle start working together, and the guys, it's funny how when you got 35 good eggs come together and they do things the right way, without them even noticing, the wins kind of start happening. You know, we're not having guys being concerned with a 3 for 4, 4 for 4 stat line. But when that happens on its own, you look back at the stat sheet and you look at the box score and, oh my God, we just won that game, you know, without even noticing we won it. But I think the guys have a really good understanding. They know what they're here to do, right? As a ball player, your emotions get a little crazy throughout a long season, and very quickly you can get caught up in that whole, hey man, I went 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts, but we have the right people here in place. It's about the people around you. The people here that we have in place with the coaching staff, me and Omar are open books as owners and GMs, and we're going to talk to those guys. We're going to get them through the struggle. We're not going to let a pitcher stay out there hanging dry to put up 10 runs in an outing, right? That's not beneficial for them on a stat line point and also on a mental standpoint, right? That doesn't make any sense. So just try to get the best out of the guys, leave them in a situation where they're going to succeed.
Talk to me about the move to Lynn University this season. It's your third different stadium in 3 years. You guys have upgraded each year. What's the feel playing at a significantly more professional feeling stadium than you have in the last 2 seasons?
Well, it's been a blessing. The facility's first class as it comes. I think it's probably the best facility in all of South Florida, whether it be Miami, Broward, or Palm Beach County. And I think a lot of people are going to get to see that this summer when they come out to the games. Come out to as many games as possible. You guys are going to enjoy the experience. AstroTurf, we got the stadium seating. I mean, the press box is second to none. The sound system, everything top to bottom. It's going to give an environment for our players to be able to feel comfortable, to kind of come in for summer and feel this is a professional environment. And it's just going to elevate the experience for everybody. You know, everybody's going to be able to benefit from it. The university itself is going to greatly benefit from it also, I believe. But we're very blessed. We're really, really lucky, and I'm excited for what's to come with that.
And what will the Beach Boys fan experience be like this summer? Why should people come out to these games?
Well, take a page out of the Bananas book, man. We're family and kids first, you know. We want to give everybody a good experience. I'm the type of person that if I see a kid in the stands that's at our ball game, I'm going to pick them up out of the stands. Hey, what's your name? How old are you? You love baseball? Let's come meet the players. I'll bring some kids into the dugout in the middle of the game, you know, come get some autographs, take some pictures. I've told the players, you see anybody that is a young fan that loves baseball, you stop and you introduce yourself, be part of their experience, right? We want people to keep coming back. We want this to be South Florida's baseball team. That's kind of our mindset. We want this to be the ball team of South Florida. I mean, I tell people all the time, we've got the Marlins down in Miami, you got the 2 minor league teams up in Jupiter. There's nothing in between. So doing everything in my power to kind of make that be the team in between, you know, and just keep having a blast with it.
Wednesday afternoon, you guys are traveling to the Wellington Gators for your first game of the season. Andrew Allison on the mound. What are you expecting from him and the rest of the team in the first game of the season?
Andrew's first class, man. He's been with us now. This is summer 2 coming up. Kid's a bulldog. He's an actual warrior on the mound. So some of the stuff we saw from him last year is just unbelievable. And you know, just I think the nucleus of the returning guys, kind of bringing the fire with the new guys and letting them know, hey, this is the standard. Man, you know what? We're not going to win every ball game that we're out there, but we want these boys to have a good experience, have a good time, and I know that, like I said earlier, all that coming together, the wins will come, you know. But I just want a fun experience for the boys, fun experience for the fans, and let's get ready to roll.
Willie, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate
Good
it.
luck this season.
Thank you.